Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Ruham Manzoor and I'm the managing partner of Maces. Welcome to another Study Abroad with Maces session. And this time we're doing a series of interviews with our partners from the prestigious Russell Group of Universities, which is why we are calling it Be on Top of the World, because these are often some of the top ranked universities in the world. And we're very privileged to be partnered with them. With me, we have today Jessica Bowen from University of Birmingham. How are you doing, Jessica? How are you?
Hi everyone. Hi, I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me today, and good evening, everyone who's joined us today.
And so, you're in Birmingham. You're based in Birmingham right now.
I am, yes, yeah. So first of all, my name's Jessica Bowen, as you said. I'm the international officer here at the University of Birmingham. So I'm actually based in Birmingham. I'm currently working from home, as you can probably see from my background.
Beautiful kitchen, by the way.
Thank you. But yeah, we are. I'm based in Birmingham, and yeah, currently at home, but really excited to be here and to be speaking to today.
Great, because how's the weather there today? I'm speaking from Toronto, and day before yesterday we had about 60 centimeters of snow. To give you an idea, that's I think that's close to 2 feet, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, more than 2 feet. So I was doing shoveling, and I think I almost had a heart attack. My mother actually said, you better not do that because you're gonna get a heart attack. You're already halfway there anyway. But I guess it's not snowing that bad in Birmingham, huh?
There's no snow at all. Actually, right now it's blue sky and there's still still sunny before it gets to night here. It's obviously afternoon here still for me. But yeah, actually some blue sky today. It's been quite cold the past few days, so definitely coat weather, but we haven't seen any snow yet.
How is the COVID situation? Are you guys doing well with that? I guess everything is opening up.
Yeah, things at the moment here in the UK. I think there's been some recent updates, possibly even early today, which I haven't had the chance to fully review. But things at the moment, people are still kind of monitoring their COVID situation, wearing masks in social spaces, and that's still been a requirement by the UK government. But it's something that we're monitoring at the university as well. But yeah, it's easing up in terms of things. Things are opening. Things are starting to get back to normal.
We're done with COVID. I mean, let's go back to normal. Let's start face to face. Let's go all out. That's the view I feel like we need to take. But Jessica, thank you so much for coming on. So the way we do this is you're gonna present the University of Birmingham to our students. People have a lot of questions regarding what it takes to get in, the rankings, the costs, if there are any scholarship opportunities. All those things are questions at the back of students' minds. And we of course have a record number of applications this year. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of our students will be listening in closely as well. So after that, we'll open to questions. So hopefully, you'll be able to answer most of them through your presentation anyway. So do you want to start?
Yeah, no, I'm happy to go ahead. It would be great to just talk a bit more about the University of Birmingham today, and hopefully, as you say, it will answer some of your questions that you might have throughout my presentation. I'm just going to talk roughly for about 15 minutes. Just going to give you a bit of an insight into the University of Birmingham and our campus, as well as talking a bit more about our courses and some of the opportunities available to you and the student experience, as well as a bit more about the City of Birmingham itself. I'll also talk briefly about our campus in Dubai as well, just to talk about the opportunities there as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so you can see, obviously, from the screen, it really is a beautiful campus. So we're really fortunate here at Birmingham that we do have a very beautiful, very large, traditional red brick institution. It really is an outstanding campus that our students and staff and community get to enjoy. So yeah, it's a great place to study, but for me, a really great place to work when I am on campus, to actually utilise that beautiful campus itself. In terms of the university itself, so Birmingham really is recognised as one of the world leading universities. We really do offer an outstanding education and learning experience. It was actually established back in 1900, so we're one of the first civic universities in the UK. So we've been welcoming students from all different nationalities, religions, cultures, backgrounds for over 100 years. So it really is a very diverse university here at Birmingham. The university itself, we are highly regarded as an institution and are in the top 100 in the world when it comes to university rankings, but also the top 20 in the UK. So if you're looking to study at a prestigious university, then you can be assured to get that quality education at the University of Birmingham. And there's a lot of support and guidance and available to you if you are interested in Birmingham, and you can be assured to get that education. And students really do graduate with quality degrees and those honours degrees that really help them when it comes to employment and finding jobs afterwards. And that's something that's really recognised. And you'll note there's 10 Nobel Prize winners amongst our staff and alumni. So we really do attract leading experts when it comes to teaching, and also with our graduates as well. In terms of the university, we are a founding member of the Russell Group. So for those of you who haven't done any research yet or still aren't sure about UK education, the Russell Group represents the 24 leading UK universities. So we really are dedicated to kind of maintaining the best research, outstanding teaching, and that learning experience for all of our students. I've already mentioned some of the rankings in terms of being a top 100. This is just to highlight some of the kind of key subjects and some of those rankings where we are highly regarded. I think it's really important that when you are looking at universities, obviously do take into consideration rankings if that's important to you, but just make sure that you're not just looking solely at rankings, but you are looking at, you know, the institution as a whole and what the student experience is and what is offered to you during your studies as well. I think that's really important to consider. But we do have a huge range of different courses and subject areas and are highly ranked in a lot of those areas as well. I'm just going to mention briefly our campus in Dubai. It really is an exciting time for us. Our campus opened back in 2018, and we have welcomed a number of students studying at our Dubai campus. The first global top 100 to establish a campus in Dubai, so it's a really exciting time for us to be welcoming more students. And as we have more courses that are starting, particularly for 2022 entry, so there's lots of chances to study and get that UK education. We do offer a number of courses across undergraduate, foundation and postgrad study. And these all replicate the courses that we have at our campus here in the UK. So you can get that quality UK education whilst being in a really vibrant, very exciting city of Dubai. So remaining closer to home as one of the really kind of great opportunities. But as I said, there's loads of courses that we do offer where students get that University of Birmingham degree at the end of it. The university itself, we actually are opening our brand new campus. On the screen is just a visualization of the campus, but the building is actually nearly complete, and we do have staff who are currently working from the campus, and students will be moving in shortly. So it's a really great time if you are interested in potentially an alternative to the UK while still getting that University of Birmingham degree. And it's a really great campus that's been designed and built in parallel to the UK campus as well. The scholarship opportunity is just one thing I want to highlight before returning back to the UK campus. But if you are interested in getting that UK education, getting that Birmingham degree, the scholarship opportunities in Dubai are really outstanding, with up to 40% scholarships available for students coming from South Asia. So it's a really exciting time if you are looking at that and having that financial support available. So I'm just going to jump back to our courses at our UK campus. We have actually 5 main academic colleges covering arts and law, medical and dental sciences, life and environmental sciences, engineering and physical sciences, and social sciences. So there's a huge range of courses, over 350 undergraduate courses, over 600 master's courses. So there's a huge range of different subject areas where we do have world-leading academics who are teaching you on those modules. So I won't go into detail about any of the course options, but we can, of course, hopefully answer some of those questions if you have anything specific, or can get in touch after today's session. But it's really important just so you can see that there is such a diverse range of subject opportunities available to our students. In terms of the actual experience that I think Birmingham can offer, this is just another, obviously, image of the campus here at Birmingham. You'll see it really is, as I said, a traditional red brick institution. Lots of green space. It is a 250-acre campus, so it's a really large campus. We are one of the largest universities here in the UK, with over 34,000 students studying at Birmingham, of which over 10,000 are international from 150 different countries. So it really is a very multicultural campus. It's a very safe campus, very friendly and welcoming university. It really does have a lot of fantastic facilities and resources available to students. We've invested a lot into the university campus, several £1 million into the university. And you'll see this is our library, which is our £60 million library that we opened a few years ago. So we're constantly developing facilities for students to enjoy, to utilise during their studies, to ensure that they have the best as part of their degree. We have our Learning and Teaching Centre that opened last year, as well as our School of Engineering. So there's lots of new investment and resources and facilities for all of our students. And when it comes to studying at Birmingham, we do benefit from that campus environment and that campus university setting. So all of your teaching, lectures, labs, facilities are all in one place. So it really is very convenient, I think, for a lot of our students, and that's what they really enjoy about Birmingham. I guess I'll mention briefly just about some of the cultural opportunities on campus. The campus really is has everything from historical, scientific, cultural and sporting assets. And a lot of our students really enjoy this, although not part of your degree. We have everything from the Lapworth Museum of Geology, the Barber Museum of Fine Arts, the Bramwell Music Building, and Widsbourne, which is our Edwardian house and botanical gardens. And students really do utilise these facilities on campus. These cultural assets really are important to staff, to the community and to students. Really get to, in their downtime outside of studies, get to use these facilities for free, and it's great access for students if you're looking to explore other parts of the campus and other parts of the city as well. I will mention briefly as well about some of the support services available to students. I think it's really important for you, if you're considering studying in the UK, you're considering studying abroad, and you're not sure about where to study, you haven't quite decided, it's really important to think about, what support is available to you as a student, as an international student, when you're traveling for the first time potentially, or you haven't been away from home. It's really important to think about what's on offer at the university. And Birmingham, we really do have a lot of dedicated support, a lot of investment into the wellbeing and mental health services at Birmingham, which really are a top priority for us. We have welfare tutors, personal tutors, student support services. We have our Guild of Students, which represents our student body, and a lot of guidance for students throughout their studies. If you ever need any support, it's there and it's on hand to you. And you can be assured that you get that support throughout your studies. We also have an international student team. So we do also have dedicated support from visa guidance and advice from before and during your studies as well as our Academic Skills Centre to help with your academic English and writing. So there's lots of support available to you as a student if you're choosing to come to Birmingham. So I think that's really important, just that you are aware of that as well throughout your studies. I will just mention Birmingham and sport. Some of you may not be interested in sport. Some of you might be a big fan. But sport is something that's really big at Birmingham. We're top 10 when it comes to our sport programs, but The institution itself, we have a fantastic range of sports facilities. We opened our sports and fitness centre a few years ago, so again another investment into campus. But it really is an exciting time for sport and the City of Birmingham. Birmingham is hosting the Commonwealth Games in 2022, which you may be aware of, having the Queen's Baton Relay, which recently travelled through and has started to go through various nations of the Commonwealth and has gone through South Asia recently. It was a really exciting time, I think, for the city and for Birmingham being an official partner of the Commonwealth Games. So if you're interested in sport, there's lots of chances to try a new sport, and that we have 55 sports clubs when it comes to from beginners to kind of high level competitions. So loads of things to try. And if you're not into sport, there's so many other different societies and things you can join as well, if you are interested in meeting new people and trying new things. I'm just going to mention briefly about our careers network. I think that might be something that's really important for a lot of you. Some of you might be recent graduates or coming into an undergraduate study. Others might be employed and are looking to kind of advance in their career. And the Careers Network here at Birmingham is really dedicated to making sure that all of our students have developed skills, academic skills, development skills, to ensure that you are standing out in that competitive jobs market. We are the first most targeted university in the UK by top employers. And that's something that we're really proud of as a university. And we've dedicated a lot of time and resource into our careers network. We have advisors in each of our 5 academic colleges, so we can provide tailored and specific career advice and guidance to all of our students from the moment they arrive until graduation and beyond. And this can be everything from CV checks, interview techniques and practice. We have a mentoring scheme, a personal skills award, internships, work experience, volunteering. So there's a whole range of different resources available to all of our students to make sure you are getting the best out of your degree, and to make sure that you do utilise those opportunities from networking and careers fairs as well. So there's a huge range of opportunities when it comes to careers. And that's something that, by being, the big University of Birmingham and being in the second largest city, is something that we're able to offer a lot to our students. I won't go into detail about accommodation, but just to highlight really that the accommodation that we have at Birmingham, we have both undergraduate and postgraduate accommodation. And the benefit for our students is that it is within walking distance to the centre of campus. We have 3 main accommodation villages to suit different preferences, to suit different budgets, as well as kind of 24-hour security, convenient location, and all sorts of catered or self-catered options. So lots of different options available to students coming to the UK, as well as guidance from our living team on private accommodation and renting in the city if you're not wanting to stay on the university campus. So whatever you're looking for, there are accommodations available to suit all different students. My last section, and what I'm just going to go over briefly, is just a bit about the City of Birmingham itself. Some of you may be aware of Birmingham, you might not have ever heard of it, or you might have been and visited before. But the city itself, it really is a great city. I'm probably a bit biased being from Birmingham myself, but Birmingham really is a vibrant and multicultural city. It's the second largest city here in the UK. It's home to the Peaky Blinders, to sporting events, to cultural entertainment, shopping, independent restaurants, cafes, bars, from street food to one of the city's 5 Michelin star restaurants. Birmingham has everything for when it comes to food. We have nationalities from all over the world, so it really represents all different cultures when it comes to dining. And we even have our own chocolate factory, Cadbury's, which is just down the road from the university. So lots of chances to enjoy that during your studies here. It's a very central location.
Chocolate. You got me a chocolate, Jessica. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a really great place to visit, and obviously, it's not far from the university campus. So I've been there over the years since a child, many times to visit Cadbury's factory. So definitely a place to visit if you choose Birmingham. In terms of the city itself, I said it's a very central location. if you did want to explore the UK, you can get a train to London in less than an hour and 30 minutes, but equally to Manchester, to Leeds, in a similar sort of time. So its location is really important. And we have our own international airport, just located 30 minutes from the university campus itself. So again, really easy if you are looking to go back home or if you're looking to explore more of Europe. The last couple of points for me, just to, I guess, really highlight that Birmingham really does continue to be at the forefront when it comes to innovation and industry. We have a large number of ever-growing young entrepreneurs, startup businesses, as well as kind of leading industry and financial and business services. So a huge range of opportunities if you are looking to study here, but also considering the post-study work visa and remaining in the UK to work. I already mentioned some of the kind of amazing cultural kind of venues and everything from shopping and music and arts. But sport is really big, as I said, in the city. And we have Edgbaston Cricket Ground for any cricket fans, just a short distance away from the university itself. So there's lots of chances to kind of go and watch kind of games, whether it's football or cricket or anything else, or anything else that you're interested in. It's likely, as I said, the second biggest city, you're going to find it here in Birmingham. And then just a few little pictures of the amazing city. And I said it really has transformed. So I've grown up here, but I've seen so much change over the years, a lot of investment into the city, a lot of big industries and are moving into the city, but there's been a lot of investment in terms of that have changed the city itself. But that's everything from me today. And that was hopefully a bit of, hopefully I stuck to time, but it just gives you.
Oh, you've done so well. Thank you so much. No, you kept it right on time and allowed everything to sink in. Now, of course, there are quite a few questions.
Okay.
But before we get into that, just to summarize, when you look for, and this is for our students, when you look for places to study abroad, obviously some of the few things that you keep in mind is the ranking of the university, the quality of education that you're going to get, the location of the place where you're studying. You want to study in a safe, beautiful environment where you can really find yourself, because that's one of the main benefits of studying abroad. And third is, of course, once you graduate, you want to have a possibility of getting a job or getting employed and make back some of the investment you've done in your studies. So for all these reasons, University of Birmingham obviously can be one of the top choices for students. Of course, it's University of Birmingham, it's a Russell Group university, and getting an offer or entering the university is tough. However, if you can get in, this is one of the best places that you can pick for choosing your higher education. The campus is beautiful, guaranteed accommodation. I mean, just to live in that campus. I'm a big, art, fan of arts, and the fact that you've got 4, I think, museums on campus of different things, and exploring Renoir and Monet and Van Gogh, all in your, walking distance, I think is really something to look forward to. Because, when you're studying abroad, it's not just about studying. You're living your life. You're enjoying your life. You're growing. So you're having all those opportunities. Top 10 in sports, with some of the best sporting facilities. I know that a lot of Bangladeshis, for example, will be interested in your cricket club. It is a wonderful place. Now, before we get into the question, Jessica, I wanted to tell my audience, if you do want to apply to the university, as you can imagine, it's one of those universities where you have to apply ahead of time. And, you can apply through MACES. We've been doing it for a long time. And till date, we have almost like 100% visa success rate. We can check your eligibility, whether you're going to get in or not, ahead of time, and make the application, get your offer, help you with your visa, and we don't have any charges, so it's all free of charge. So we'll be very happy to help you in that journey. We're very privileged and honored to have University of Birmingham as one of our partners. You can get in touch with us by phone, 017-5566 0803. You can get in touch with us by visiting us physically. We have an office in Dhanmondi. We have an office in Gulshan. We have an office in Sylhet. If you go to our website, www.macesbd.com, you can find details. You can also message us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/macesbd. I guess if you're watching us, you're watching us mostly on Facebook, so you can reach out to us there. Okay, that's it for now. I'm going to get into the questions. The first question is by Sanubia Mahad. She asked, what is the entry requirement? I don't know if she meant bachelor's or master's, because we have another question about the entry requirement for master's in microbiology and immunology. But if you do you have a thing to share with the entry requirement, or you?
What I would I guess if just to kind of carry on from what you said in terms of some of the support, I would recommend students, if they are interested in applying to Birmingham, obviously we do partner with you and with Macy's, and they are able to provide, the counsellors there are able to provide some really fantastic support and application support. So if you're struggling with your application and submitting that, they can submit that application on your behalf. They can help counsel and guide you when it comes to the different courses that we offer here at Birmingham. So it is, it is something worth considering if you are thinking about applying to Birmingham. In terms of going to the question in terms of entry requirements, they do vary depending on the course that we offer. So we have different academic entry requirements. Now, when it comes to master's degrees, typically we'll look at different kind of public sector, private sector universities in Bangladesh. With the CGPA, it will vary depending on the course and the institution where you've studied. So it may be that we're looking for example, most of our courses will ask for a 2-1 for entry. Some do ask for a 2-2, but the majority will be a 2-1, which will be the
just to translate that into Bangladeshi perspective.
A CGPA 3.0 will be kind of the typical requirements. But some institutions we may require slightly higher, so it may be a 3.2 or 3.3. Whereas a 2.2, we might be looking at a minimum of a 2.8, but might increase to kind of a 3.1. So as I said, it will vary slightly depending on the institution that you studied and your overall CGPA as to what we'd be looking for.
So Shireen, if you're interested, you can send us a message. If you give your university, we can tell you exactly what is the GPA required for your particular university. You can do a private message with us, and we will be able to help you with that. Then we have Jenny, who asked, are there any scholarships for postgraduate international applicants?
We do actually have a number of scholarships available for students coming from Bangladesh. We're really excited. I mentioned in the presentation about the Commonwealth Games, which is coming to Birmingham this summer. As part of that, and a part of being an official partner of the Commonwealth Games, we do have our Master's Scholarship Programme, which is a really generous programme offering all students coming from Commonwealth countries, including Bangladesh, for master's study, a value of a £3,000 scholarship, and this is automatically deducted from your tuition fees. Just to point out,
that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's an excellent opportunity to get that automatic £3,000 award. It does exclude our programs in the business school, and that's because the business school have their own scholarship program, and they have an Indian subcontinent program, which includes any students coming from Bangladesh, and they have scholarships of up to 40%. They're academic merit-based awards rather than automatic, but there's a range of master scholarships available, and there are some undergraduate awards, for example, in law, in our College of Engineering and Physical Sciences as well. So there are some scholarships available, but really exciting when it comes to particularly the Commonwealth Games Awards. I think that's a really important one, as it is a £3,000 award that's available.
That I think answered the question very comprehensively. The next question is from Afra Aziz. To be eligible, this is very specific. So I'm not, I'll forgive you if you don't know this information. We can always reach out to her. To be eligible to get considered for the Dean's Responsible Business Scholarship, the website says that it will require a written exercise on the topic responsible business. Are there any specific guidelines for that?
So with the business school scholarships, they have a number of different awards available, and as you mentioned, that scholarship below, we do have different requirements for the scholarships. They are predominantly academic, merit based, but the prestigious Dean's Responsible Business Award, there's not as much information on the website as details are emailed out to students. So if a student is made an offer to study one of the programs in the business school, they will be contacted about the application process to ensure that they are invited to apply. I believe that at that point there'll be more information will be provided about the application process, so you can find out more about the actual process at that point, but it's only kind of confirmed if an offer's made to the student. So if you are interested in applying for the business school or have made an offer and made an application and are waiting for an offer, if you're made that offer, you'll be contacted with updates about the scholarship program.
Awesome. The second question is, if a student from North-South University has a current GPA of 2.96 and has one semester left to finish her bachelor's degree, can she apply to Birmingham with her current grades, expecting that she might score 3.0 or above in the final semester?
Of course, yeah. So for North-South University, I think typically we would be looking for a CGPA of 3.0. But we do welcome applications from students who have yet to complete and graduate from their bachelor's degree. Usually, if an offer is made, it will be one of the conditions of the offer will be to achieve the certain required grade. So it will be typically we'll be asking for a GPA of 3.0. So you definitely are encouraged to apply if you don't quite meet it. Typically, the offer will be that the expectations that you do then go on to achieve that grade. But our admissions office would carefully review your academic background and the modules that you've studied so far and look at the grades to consider whether we can make an offer. But we definitely do. We have a lot of students who are still studying their bachelor's who apply before they have their overall grade, and we make offers based on the expectation of their required grades that we ask for. If a student then doesn't achieve that required grade, it would be reviewed case by case by the admissions team. We may still be able to consider an applicant if they've got a strong academic profile and supporting documents as part of their application, but it depends on the course involved. But yeah, definitely recommend still applying.
So our students from Bangladesh are also eligible for Indian Subcontinent Scholarship. I guess you're talking about the Commonwealth Scholarship, perhaps.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's
the Commonwealth Scholarship is for all students coming from Commonwealth countries, so it includes Bangladesh, and that's the £3,000 Master's Scholarship. The business school have their separate scholarship scheme, so for master students, and it's called the Indian Subcontinent Scholarships. I'm not sure of the history of that, but it includes all students domiciled in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. So it's anyone applying for the business school, offering scholarships of up to 40%, and that's an academic excellence award. But that's specifically for the business school programs at master's level.
Thank you very much for that. So, I hope you'll get the £3,000, which is great. It's guaranteed, and that covers everything. Now that this is a mouthful, but I'm just gonna paraphrase for you.
Okay.
So basically, if somebody gets their CAS late, there's only 10 days left for classes to start,
Yeah.
and they apply for their visa. Obviously, this is keeping in mind that what we've experienced in the past, not necessarily for Birmingham, but other universities. So, for example, in August, when the A-level results come out, by the time the CAS is issued, it's sometimes late. Now, what happens then? I mean, we are applying for the visa, Tier 4 visa, and it takes time to get the visa. So do you have a facility where students start online and then once they get their visa, they join? How does it work?
So usually when it comes to applications, we have most of our, depending on the course that you're looking at, but I'll just briefly talk about masters first. We have an application deadline of the 1st of July. to avoid that delay. So we ensure that there is an application deadline process in place for all of our master's courses to allow enough time to process your application, issue the CAS, and for you to apply for your visa before the start of the academic term. So we don't allow for late applications to avoid delays for you and your CAS and your visa. So there are earlier deadlines. So if you are interested in Birmingham, I know that some people like leaving it till last minute or might want to wait till they've completed their bachelor's, but you wouldn't be able to be considered for September.
And I'll give you my experience with our students. Yeah. Just because the deadline is there July doesn't mean anything. I mean, courses especially with Birmingham, I've seen like you really want to apply as soon as possible. I mean, already we're talking in January. I think, February, March, you're already pushing it.
It depends on the course. I will say for courses in the business school and computer science, they have a separate deadline process and a selected admissions process. And they're already, 2 of the application deadlines have already passed. Like they already passed before Christmas. So bear in mind that it's in the 3rd stage now. So there's still welcoming applications, but you definitely need to get those applications in now or soon to be considered, particularly for those courses. Whereas other courses, there is more flexibility and we do accept applications till July, but we can't guarantee. So it may be that applications can close at any point. But it's just to be aware that's the case for a postgrad. So it shouldn't be the case. Obviously, the past couple of years are a bit different in terms of reflective on how teaching usually takes place. We obviously have had online learning due to COVID. That's not a standard practice, and we prefer to very much be welcoming all students to the university campus. As you saw, it's a great place to be learning and studying. If students are looking at undergraduate study, and you mentioned about A-level results, again, typically we would obviously have grades in when it comes to the deadline, and it is very much a big effort for the admissions team to get those CAS issued as soon as we get those results and get that out to students to ensure that they have the time. And welcome week doesn't begin until the end of September, so we don't tend to have kind of issues there when it comes to CAS as we do have a good performance when it comes to our admissions team. So there is an online kind of resources in place for students when it comes to CAS or visa delays. But of course, when going forward for September, there may be resources depending on the current COVID situation at the time, and that's something that our university are constantly reviewing on a almost daily basis. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the next semester. But students are returning to campus, for teaching, and they've been on campus since September for this academic year, which has been great to see. So we'd hope and expect students will be back taught face-to-face as they have been this year.
Yeah, I think, we're done as the vaccination has rolled out in most countries and booster shots on the way. I think, we can safely assume that it will be on campus. To answer your question, Athar, basically, if you're a student, you better do it ahead of time. And of course, with Birmingham, you don't have a choice. You will be, forced to do it before, because you won't probably get an offer if you do too late.
It's really important. I mean, you saw what I said, being a top 100, being in the Russell Group, will be similar to other highly ranked UK universities. Everyone will have deadlines that they'll be pushing because we do get such a huge number of applications. So it's to avoid disappointment for you and to avoid you missing out. Definitely contact Macy's, get in touch with them now, get those applications submitted and get that support. And then you can, hopefully get your offer to Birmingham this September.
Once again, Jessica, thank you so much for your time. I think it was a very valuable, quick session where we covered everything very well. My students, if you haven't applied yet, please get in touch with us so that we can make the application. You can call us at 017-55660-803. You can email us at mail@macesbd.com. You can go to our website at www.macesbd.com and reach one of our counselors through our online chat. You can do it through Facebook as well. Hope to see you there soon. Stay safe and stay well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.